Welcome. Today we're going to go through talker alignment and how to do that inside ProfitTrack, and a just little cheat way to save you some money and don't have to print it on actual talker paper. So first things first, we need to know what talkers we're using. So if you go into Setup, System Settings, System Options, scroll down to the talkers area. In my case, I'm using the 30 up flats, or that's the demonstration one, which I'm saying is out of alignment. You can see I've got 3 tickets across, 10 down. I've got no margins at all. Now, if I, just like that, go into my tickets, go into 18 up, view, and print that, it will come out of the printer looking like this. And basically what we can see here is that up here I've got a cutoff, right? If you can all see that. So I've mocked this up as a ticket sheet. Now of course if you have an actual ticket sheet you'll see the same, but I've got this gap here where the top of the dollar price is cut off. Now what I can do on an actual talker sheet, or if you're recreating this, measuring it out like I will be on this one, you can measure the gap from the bottom. So if I line this up so you can see it on the camera here, at the bottom of this, the bottom of the barcode, I can measure that against the bottom line that I've got here. So just between this little gap. So I'll zoom in on that, see if we can get a good shot. Here we go. So just here you can see I've got this gap here between the bottom of the product code and the line. So I got a gap there, and up here I've got just space that's getting cut off. So I know there I've got about 1/2 centimeter really that I could play with. So what I'll do is in ProfitTrack, go back to Setup, System Settings, System Options, down on my talkers, go into my 30 up flats. So the top margin is how many millimeters down you want to go. So I'm going to just say 5 millimeters. It doesn't need to be a lot for what I'm doing. There we go. Now if your alignment's out in other ways, so if it's too far left or too far right, that's the idea behind the left margin and right margin. So the left margin there, you can see we've got a fair bit of space as it is. Yeah, so we've got around the 50 mil of the 5 millimeters there, roughly. So we don't actually need anything here. That's fine, that margin, and we've got enough room on the right hand side, so I don't need to worry about left margin, right margin, but it's the same logic in any case. So I've updated the top margin to 5. Now if it was from the bottom, if I was too far down, I could do it from a bottom margin as well. It would probably be easier, but in this case it's the top that's having the problem. So I'll save that at 5, go back into my talkers, view those, and that looks fine, but we don't know what it's actually going to look like once it prints. So I'll zoom back out on the camera. There we go. So I'll remove that. Let's say our old one, move that to the side. Here's our blank one. Now if you have talker paper and you're not worried about using it, spending it, you can just print it to your talker paper and just go on your merry way. Now if you don't want to use that and you just want to use your A4 piece of paper, that's fine. All you got to do is measure it out accordingly, which is what we'll do here. So grab your ruler. Now A4 by standard is 210 millimeters across, so it's for 30 ups it would be at 7 and 14. Do that at the bottom as well. 7, 14. So that's our columns. I'll just rule between them. Alright, so we've got our columns. Now we need to do our rows. So when you're doing this, we know that it's 10. So if you're looking at the whole length of the paper, it's 29.7 centimeters. So we need to do 2.97 centimeters apart for our rows. So we'll do that. Alright, so there is our rough 30 ups. Now this is not perfect by any measure, but it'll give us an idea of how our alignment is so that we're not using our Talker paper until we're ready. So I'll go take this over to the printer, pop it in, and we'll print it out and see what it looks like. Alright, so it's printed. Now my lines, I've realized, are a little crooked. That's alright. So we've got it pretty much in line. So the top border is up here, this case. Oh, sorry, it's up here in this case. So if I spin this around, you can see we're pretty much in line, though we're pushing it again once we get down here. So we get our measuring out again, measure it out. It's about 2 millimeters on each of them. So all we have to do, go back in a profit track, change that top margin by 2, so we change it from 5 to 7, just so it would be a little bit further down, and that should bring it in line. So that is how to align your talkers. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.